Hello students, welcome back in the session of social science. In the last session we read about the healthcare services in India. So same will continue the same chapter. We'll start from the public health services. What are the public health services? People in a democratic country, they expect the government work for their welfare. As we all know the same, in the democratic country is by the government, by the people, for the people, from the people. Public sectors, the government healthcare system is designed as the three-tier structure comprising primary, secondary and tertiary. Facilities in rural areas, primary healthcare services are provided through a network of sub-centers, primary health centers and community health centers too. So public health services is the backbone of the healthcare services in India that are a string dispensaries and hospitals run by the government in rural as well as urban areas. So basically their purpose is to provide quality health care services either free of cost or in the low cost. It is called public primary for two reasons. First is they are established to accomplish the pledge of providing superior healthcare services to all citizens. Second, the taxes that we pay are used for running these facilities. So these facilities has been divided in different sectors. Like if we'll talk about the village area, in the village level, we have small health centers with a trained nurses and a village health worker who deal with minor ailments. They work under the supervision of primary health centers. Yes, that is PHC. Doctors and PHC normally oversee the work of many villages. At the district level, district hospitals are there which have specific facilities for testing and treatment and watch over the function of health centers. Next, we'll talk about the private health services. Beside the public health services in urban areas, there are number of private clinics, hospitals and nursing homes that provides specialized health nurse services in rural areas, and a registered medical practitioner is called RMPs. So these days many large corporation run hospital laboratories and even undertake research and development in field of medicines. Even private medicine shops are part of this system. So basically we are getting the public health from the government, that is free of cost, either very low cost, as we read story of Shirish and Raghu in this chapter. So where we have already seen that the Shirish who spent almost more than 4,000 rupees in his diarrhea treatment, and in the other side Raghu who have went for the public service, so he spent only 150 rupees. So we can see the huge difference in the spending money. So next we'll read about the healthcare and equality. Healthcare and equality. In the last few decades, we have seen a remarkable growth in private health services, especially in urban areas, right? So as their prime objective is to earn profit, the cost of services is very high and it makes it out of bound from the common people. Medicine have become so expensive that often illness in the family becomes a cause of worry. Doctor, hospitals to engage in unfair practices and encourage the most expensive treatment for the patient. So like there are many people, if they want to go for the treatment in private hospitals, either they need to take loan or they need to take some a kind of they need to sell there some few important things so that they can get money. So the mean is the private services are very expensive. So equality is not there, like who are rich and who have money to spend, they can spend their whole money in their treatment also, like Shirish we have seen. But Raghu who don't have the money and he went to the government hospital, he just standing from 2 or 3, he was standing from 2 or 3 hours in the long queue, then he get the treatment. So there is no equality. Next, we'll talk about the healthcare remedy. The government has to play a proactive role to provide essential healthcare facilities in the remotest part of the country. This is the this should be the primary, action, proactive action that should be provided by the essential healthcare facilities from the government. However, as mentioned earlier, health is also dependent upon hygienic surroundings, pollution free environment, and clean drinking water. So we can there's nothing like cannot solve any problem. If we really want to solve these problem, like in this chapter we read about that there are many children who are suffering from the malnutrition because they are not getting food, or few people die because they are not getting proper treatment on the time. So, government there are many countries where the government has applied the Costa Rican approach. What is Costa Rican approach? The Costa Rican approach is the approach simply refers to the abolishing of standing army and defense budget and use the same for the improvement of healthcare, education, and other facilities for its citizen. The Costa Rican approach would be very grateful for the countries like India. So, in your book also has given one example. Let's read how Costa Rican, a country of South America, approached health issues, which became an example for every developing country. Long back, the government of this country decided to dismantle its army. The money spent on it was to be used on health, education, and other basic needs of the countries. So later, the government made an arrangement to provide basic services and amenities like safe drinking water, sanitation, nutrition, and housing. So today they have been able to become one of the healthiest countries of South America. So this is all for the session, students. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.